Hello guys, welcome to Build Update with Spider-Man. Just kidding, I'll be talking normal today. Uncutted version. So, the build is a blast. I was able to unlock my 6th Atlas slot, I completed my first tier 17, I hit 95, I pretty much completed my whole Atlas. I also started to going to my different skill strategies. All of that was done in like 35 hours of playtime, league start, and I didn't trade for anything this league. I will show you PoB of what my build looked like when I entered red maps or tier 16s. I don't remember exactly when I took the snapshot. So I think this was the build. So my axe was literally blue axe with crafted physical damage. Of course I had some attack speed, that's a profit stat, but it didn't really matter too much because you only really want to get a few slashes with Lacerate and move on to the next pack. And maybe try some backtracking to pick up the gold, because it's like, but this gear, I entered red maps with it, which is beyond insane. The only damage stat I got was that multi on Jewel. This was really good, but this amulet otherwise is like very, very bad. Also crafted some flat physical damage to attacks. As you can see, this is like 3% DPS just from like a blue craft, like craft from alterations. My skills were... There is a fortify there, but I actually... it's level 7, so I actually entered tier 16s on 4-link, which says more than enough. 4-link on this axe, and I was able to like smash tier 16s and killed both Searing Exarch and Ether. They took me a while, but like maybe 1 to 2.5 minutes, but still, it was really good. Like I did all the gems, because there was no problem in like trying to socket my gear at all. Boots with 2 green and 1 blue, you always bench craft it, 2 sockets, color them, and try to get third of color and then complete for the red. And what I've learned through the playtesting was that you really need to take this wheel. The reason for that is 100% charge duration and increased AoE per endurance charge. Both of these stats are really important. This is also important because if you are bossing, you really don't want to proc your Enduring Cry too often. You often want to throw Enduring Cry at the beginning to get up to 5 endurance charges, and then you only want to like refresh the endurance charges. And taking both this mastery and this node gives you 22-second endurance charges, which is like very good. There was also one thing which is not really super important. However, there was an issue where I couldn't cap my spell block for some reason. Now it says 65. However, if I take down my chest piece with 7% chance to spell block, it goes down to 59. I don't know where the math went wrong with Path of Building or how PoB calculates the thing with Versatile Combatant, but you actually need to take, as I did, implicit for chance to block spare damage. I have Grand, so you will get even less than me. You'll have to take this node, if I believe, for 4% chance to block attack damage to cap your spell block when you have the like the full lab. Okay, going back to important stuff. The build really blew my mind. Like the moment I took more than skill, I died less times than before I had it, literally. My slash devs right now will say, I think 51? No, it says 49. But this is 49 devs in 35 hours for playtime, so I'm dying a little bit more than once per hour. I died 25 times in first 8 or 9 hours of gameplay. Combining that, then I would die like once per hour, which is really not that much on a league start. Like literally this build exploded how good of a survivability you can have. And I was able to push 92 on day 1, and it put me to like top 1000 players on XP ladder. And I think this was probably the most competitive league start in terms of how many people played it on Trade League, because you know, the auction house. And I think like it chose the right build to play. First of all, I just wanted to play Lacerate. it's a cool melee skill. Second of all, I really wanted to see if a melee league start is viable, and it actually is. It's surprising. And I'm playing mostly solo self-found. Like, yeah, I dropped 3 divines, but other than that, I literally do not sell anything. I do not buy anything. I'm sometimes like giving away some of things I have to my friends, but I only give the stuff that I don't really need. So I had a blast. If you're struggling with the build, I can give really specific tips now that I've playtested build and I approve of it. So basically, an axe that is a starter axe can literally look like this, but it's basically literally what I've said in like my league start tip video. It's vendor recipe for phys damage, then throw an oak, regal, and then craft flat physical damage, and that is literally your starter axe. This axe brought me to like tier 16s. And then upgrading your axe, it's literally unidentifying any river axes. If you want to like throw into your filter, you need to like download the file, and then you can put the line that says like this, and then any river axe will show up. If you want to give it a rarity, you will need to type normal magic rare, but now I only care for rare axes because I already have enough base types to craft on. I literally unidentify any rare river axe in case for a high roll. And the story behind how I crafted this axe was I found a flaring mod on one axe, and then I found another axe with attack speed and dot multi, and I decided to like try to recombinate them in... I will show you what's the recombinator. So the recombinator is this thing from Sentinel League, where you can basically try to combine 2 items into one. And I actually got insanely lucky and combined all 3 stats, which was attack speed, dot multi, and phys damage, and now the axe is actually very good. And then I slammed an exalt craft. I actually had 2 exalts and I wanted to high roll. So this is my axe now. This axe is not super good, but it has like 15% more damage than the axe from the 85 PoB. So now I'm good to have over 1 million DPS if I just level the gems and do proper stuff. And yeah, crafting one-headed axes is hard, but you really need to use all your possible RNG, which basically means throw every like concept essence on your axe, all reforged physical from harvest if you want to use harvest on that, and maybe if you want to actually try to have a good blue axe, old spam like flaring or percent increased physical damage, and then try to craft on that. Or if you already have a recombinator, you can try to use that. With recombinating items, we'll probably have triple tier 1 axes, no problem. It will be gated behind being lucky, but it is possible, this league, to have that insane of an axe. And for other pieces of gear, I'll just say get essences. Like on my first 3, I literally have every single essence node, but I'm not doing the highest tier of maps because like 6-7 essences can be really tanky or just have physical damage reduction, and I will not be able to kill them. Essences are really like your best friend in fixing your gear. Every like upgrade that I've done was made from essences mostly. Even it was just basic rings like these, or just a helmet with like 150 life. I know that Perseverance is not a really good belt, but I really want to have like on-stout source, and yeah, this is not super bad. 6 link is good, but you can like do most of your damage on your 5 link, depending if you want to throw Fortify or Cruelty. And the one thing that I wasn't really doing in my PoB was taking this mastery for increased effect of Cruelty. I found out that after like day 1 when I checked PoBs of the guys that are ahead of me, and like they were like slamming on Cruelty and like increased effect. And yeah, this is lots of damage actually. Like the PoB doesn't show that, because this mastery doesn't count towards your DPS, but the Cruelty is really good. I was easily like getting this to 40% on like even tier 16s, but it really depends on your axe, because it's mostly your DPS. But yeah, this is really good. order stuff. Like my EHP here is 30k on dogshit gear, but it's tier 16 viable already. And I didn't check block recently. If I check block recently, it's 80k HP entering tier 16s. And yeah, this amount of deaths and 95 on day 2, it's really blowing my mind, like how good of a league start I had. I can do all bosses, I'm slamming on Guardians, I killed Shaper already. I also got my first fragments to Ubers. I can even kill Cortex if I want, because I actually dropped Cortex. And on top of that, I think like Lacerate is like top 5 or top 6, yeah, 5% popularity. Like it's really a meta skill, and the Glad is it's #1 skill to league start on Glad. Yeah, there are some like SST guys, but I don't really like the clear of the skill. And it really is powerful. There is my character right here, is finally updated. You can check out what I have here. It says 5 hours ago, and yeah, the gear is there. So this is my character. Oh, I forgot about the economy. Yeah, I said Jack the Axe is a starter axe, but it was expensive. I actually wasn't expecting Lacerate Glad to become this popular. I was seeing 1% meta and I was like, okay, I am actually playing a good skill. And then I saw 5%, I'm what? I literally saw the gem buff and I just made PoB, and also like there were some streamers talking about it that it's good, but I wasn't expecting like this much of a popularity. I think it's also because like it's really hard to die on Glad, so there are lots of characters with high level. It really shows that it's a good of a league starter. And yeah, you are not buying Ryslatha's Coil. That's why I said don't buy this unless it's not expensive. And it is expensive, and it will be expensive. I'm Gwen and gambling for that, if I'm even getting this. If you don't really want to like get a hang of everything, just pick up ores and the gold, get the hang of your town when you are ready. But yeah, the build is really good. And for the last thing, let's see if I can actually, if the update will actually work. I couldn't import my character because there were base types that the PoB wouldn't recognize. So let's see if the PoB will work. So I'm using Lacerate with double slash. I'm using Freud max effect. I'm using Cruelty is there. I'm also using endurance charges on bosses. I'm also fortified, and the enemy is moving. Wow. Okay, let's quickly. Okay, let's import the axe that I said it's weak. Yeah, my actual axe is 10% more damage. My axe is 10% more damage than this, and this isn't really super good. I'm also like not having really insane jewels. Lots of them, like this is like the best one, it's 3% more damage. So all the PoBs will be in the description. There will be also a link to my PoE Ninja character, so you can see. I already can do all the content I really want, except Ubers, but I'm not really super keen on doing Ubers. Oh, the spell block is updated. It actually shows the actual number. By the way, if we do this, then is it spell block up? We need to take this, but it's 9088 then. Okay guys, I hope if some of you started the build, you are really happy. AoE of this skill, if you don't know, it's this one. This is the AoE with no endurance charges. Actually, I'll hop onto the map. Okay, so right now I have recover life on block shield and I'm going to do this map. I think I will not. I think there is like 0% chance of me dying there. So yeah, like endurance charges, and now I can like literally do the map. My cruelty is full, my fortify is full. So I literally do not have to like worry about anything, and I'm not using Flame Dash. I've never actually considered taking this off. Have more mobility with just using Lip Stamp Frost Blink. It's literally free movement speed, and I'm not using like any silver and quicksilver because I'm mostly lip stamping through the map anyways. The clear might be lacking for some of you, but I believe league starting, specific in solo self-found, it's not really about the best clear. It's mostly about the ability to do bosses, and this can boss easily. I can now go two routes. I can either stay with aggravated version and just do quick super high DPS bleeds, or I can go more duration route and then try to make bleeds last more but deal a bit less damage and focus on like dealing 7-second bleed with 5 million DPS, for example. It's actually possible. On like SSF gear, Creeparian showed the PoB of his like Lacerate and he was easily getting the numbers. And yeah, and the bosses are like, you put the stuff down. Oh, he actually critted me for quite a lot of damage, but I'm also 66 cold res and he did 100% phys cold, so it's more than double the damage and I couldn't die. But it was mostly because of endurance charges taking care. Sorry, but I'm not really trying to record this once more. Okay, so I hope you had a good league start. I'm taking my time off from Wednesday till Sunday, so I won't be playing PoE, but if you have some Lacerate specific questions, you can try to ask them in the comments and I'll try to answer to them. See ya in some time. I will try to make some build for sure this league. See ya.